Welcome back to Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. The last time I streamed this, it was during Next Fest, and it was just a demo. So you could only see sort of the baseline gameplay, and there was a lot that was missing. I've since gotten obsessed with this game. I play it all the time whenever I'm like watching TV or something like that. I'll be sitting here playing this game in the background. It's a lot of fun. So I figured I'd jump back into it in its final form so you could see what it's like and decide if you wanted to grab it for yourself. It was a little bit of a lie when I said last time I streamed this, it was a couple of Next Fests ago. Actually, last time I streamed it, it was this afternoon. But you're not going to see that video because I was an idiot. And I spent the entire time chasing an achievement I had already earned. So we're not going to do that this time. This time, we're going to chase achievements that I haven't earned. So, this is the way it works. When you're starting a new game, this is, if you haven't actually seen this game before, this is a survivors-like. It's an auto shooter. It's a game where you run a character around. The character shoots at enemies on their own based on the different rules for different weapons. And what you're trying to do is move around, collect things, hold the enemies off long enough to achieve some objective and move on to the next level. So, it's based on Deep Rock Galactic, which is a space dwarf game. It's a co-op, first-person, mining, procedurally generated simulator. It's very, very different from this game, but the IP is great for this. And I'll show you why in a little bit. But let's try Hollow Bow, because that is an area where I've got a lot to accomplish. So, I've already completed Hazard Level 1. And I did all 3 of the achievements for it. I completed the dive, I mined 750 regenerating vines, which is a thing you can find here, and I reached level 30 with the engineer. Did I? Wait, what? Reach 30 with the engineer? Did I do that? Whatever. Anyway, so we're going to switch to Hazard 2. We're going to try to complete the dive. We're going to try to collect 100 nitro, which is one of the resources in the game. And we're going to try to upgrade the CRISPR flamethrower to level 18. Well, we'll see if we can do that.
I pick Hazard 2.
So last time, I believe that only the Scout was available, because it was a demo, whatever. They're not trying to show off everything, and they probably hadn't finished developing the others. But we have unlocked several different characters now. So I think what I want to do is show you the Engineer, because he's the one that so far, I haven't played the Driller yet, I don't know how different he is, but the Engineer is pretty different from the previous two, the Scout and the Gunner. So let's try him out. The reason he's different, well, depending on what you start him with, he could be more different or more the same. But the reason he's different in his original form is because he starts with the LMG gun platform as his primary weapon. Most weapons in this game are fired by the character in a direction that is determined by the rules of that weapon periodically. Like, you'll have a submachine gun, and it'll pick a target and shoot at that target for a while till it needs to reload. Then it'll reload for a while, and you're defenseless, and then it'll start shooting again. The LMG is different. It's an interesting thing. I'll show you how it works, but it underscores how interesting it is to when you limit your verbs as a game designer. Basically, when you're making an auto shooter, you're basically deciding the player does not shoot or interact with things on their own. All they do is move. That's one of the core rules of the genre. They move and they select things in the UI. And so when all you can do is move, that seems like you don't have a lot of options. Now, where you move can actually indicate a lot of different things. What you move across, what you move close to, that can make a difference to your characters, to your intentions and what your character can do. But it also implies something that you can do, which is stop. And so this is a weapon that normally, if I'm just running around, it does absolutely nothing. But if I stop and it has reloaded, it will drop a turret on the ground. So we will get into the game and see how this works. So you see at the bottom, I've got multiple turrets charged up. And if I stop moving, my character spawns them on. If I stand next to a resource, or next to stone, my character will start mining into it. The thing that is most interesting about this game is the mining. This is a feature that I haven't seen in any other auto shooters that I've played. The idea that your character can dig through obstacles in the terrain. And it adds a dimension to this game that is just really, really different from every other auto shooter that I've played. Because in other auto shooters, it's mostly like a shoot 'em up style game where the world fills with enemies and projectiles, and you're just trying to dodge and weave your way through them. And sometimes you have to depend on your weapons to carve your way through the enemies, because that's the only way you can find an open path. This game adds a tactical element to this because it's got these obstacles around the map that you can't walk through and the enemies can't walk through. But you can dig through them if you stand and spend enough time. So if the enemy is right on your tail, digging means the enemy is just going to be beating on you from behind, which could be pretty bad. But if you basically if you play your cards right, you can dig through a wall, and what will happen is the enemies, while they're pathing, they will not path straight through a wall. They'll path around it, and so the enemies will start clearing out from the other side of the obstacle so that they can path around it to come in behind you in your tunnel. And then that opens up a space where you can then emerge from the other side, and you've got some breathing room. So each time I collect a certain amount of experience, which is the little blue glowing cubes that pop out of enemies when you kill them, and from other things as well, you can choose an upgrade. So these are all uncommon upgrades. I can either get armor, status effect damage, or critical damage. I haven't leveled up my critical stuff very much, so and status effect, that's only for certain weapons, and I don't have any of those weapons yet. So I'm going to go for armor, which means I can tolerate a certain amount of damage from the enemies. So as you can see here, now, the flying enemies, they don't target you at all. They just fly in a straight line, but they ignore obstacles. The enemies that are on the ground, you'll notice the ones up above me here, they're pathing around this obstacle to come in where my entrance is. But as soon as I go over here, now I've opened a door, you notice they all change direction. And so you can kind of manipulate their AI to get them to go where they'll hurt you the least, and you'll be able to hurt them the most.
You're cute, but you're dead.
So these supply drops are kind of fun. So this is a little marker. I have to clear out all the space around the marker, and then it starts filling up. If I spend time in here, it'll fill up until it drops a supply drop on top of the enemies, killing a lot of them. In fact, I kill a lot of bosses this way. And then I get an artifact out of it. So this one gives me a small chance to find gold. Ooh, this one gives me a small chance to find nitra. Nitra is the red crystals. It's the chemical. It's the resource that I'm trying to get to satisfy that one achievement. And it's also a way to level up my weapons. Now I don't know how the achievement actually works. Ooh, mining speed. Always love mining speed. I don't know if the achievement requires me to have. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! They're all eating me! Oh no! Okay. Mining through nitra takes a lot more time than mining through regular stone, so
It's a little extra special.
so that meant the enemies had an easy time catching up with me. Anyway, what was I talking about? I think something about wanting to collect nitra? I don't know. Anyway, let's go collect some nitra. Periodically, I need to stop if I want to leave guns behind me. Because otherwise, right now, since I only have the one type of gun, if I don't stop moving and deliberately drop guns, I will have no defenses at all. And actually, it's kind of interesting because it's easy to get complacent in this game. If you're wandering through a part of the game, a part of the map that doesn't have any enemies on it, you can think, oh, I'm home free, no problem. But if you've just been moving really fast, and there actually are a lot of enemies, they're just not on the screen, you can suddenly get swarmed and be trapped behind enemies that you could have taken care of in advance. So a lot of times it's actually smart to stop, see how many enemies are actually chasing you, and maybe thin their numbers a little bit. Also, that's good for collecting experience. Like, I don't think I can get too many these pearl things before I get ganked. Yep. Oh, but the enemies, some of the enemies can actually, they can do some mining too. Okay, here we go. When you level up to certain levels, you get to pick an additional weapon. And I think the little mark on the upper left-hand corner of these cards means I haven't leveled this weapon up to the maximum yet. So, so the Voltaic SMG, it does electrical damage, which I think is damage that spreads across many enemies. At this moment, I probably need that more than anything else. And it's something that fires continuously, which is nice to have. I want to get as much nitra as I can, but this enemy... Nope. Oh, gosh. Oh, crap. I'm in trouble. Ah! This is a boss enemy, and they're going to be doing as much damage to me as they possibly can. So let's try to put some distance between me and them. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't mean to try to go through the gold. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, everything's terrible. Okay, let's try to drop some stuff. Okay, okay. So, it looks like that deposit of nitra might be out of my reach. Let's leave some guns here. Oh, crap. So, you've got a little bit of a conundrum, because the more time you spend in a level, the more opportunities you have to do things like level up.
Now this is a rare treat. Give it to me. You don't see these every day. Now this is a rare
That
treat.
magnet grabbed all the experience across the entire level, which leveled me up a whole bunch of times real fast. But, yeah, so spending more time in the level theoretically could cause you to level up some more. Oh, crap. Okay. So spending more time in the level can be good, but they also level up the enemies while you're in there. And that can cause you a lot of problems, because as the enemies get tougher, like, sometimes I've tried to stay in a level longer in order to collect something, and as a result, the enemies have gotten so tough that I actually couldn't overcome them, and I ended up succumbing. There, I actually kind of got in some trouble too. So what I had intended to do was circle around and try to claim that nitra before leaving, but unfortunately, I left so many guns behind me that they actually whittled the boss down, and I killed the boss earlier than I wanted to. So once the boss dies, you have only 30 seconds to get to your drop pod and get out. They're really trying to push you through the levels. They accelerate the difficulty of the enemies, and they do the drop pod to say, keep moving. Don't just dwell here as long as you possibly can. Because I think that that's really, really intentional, because I think that the game would actually get less fun. If I was allowed to just spend as much time as I wanted in a level, the enemies never got any harder, and I could just sort of idle around and collect as much stuff as possible, I think the game would actually get kind of dull. It would become a game that's just all about sort of like vacuuming up every possible resource, and it would start to feel like a grind. The fact that they're constantly ratcheting up the tension, pushing me to be on the run at all times and to get out of the level as fast as I can, I think makes the game more fun, even though it does make me also leave without resources that I wanted. Oh, interesting. So Ranithcord says that I don't actually necessarily have to stop to drop those turrets. Apparently, if I've exhausted all of my space for new turrets will actually start dropping out of my body. But if I stop, I will drop a bunch of them at once. I didn't realize that was how... I knew that I was sometimes dropping them at times that I didn't expect, but I actually just assumed that I was stopping just slightly, that my control was just not completely accurate. Okay, so I've got enough gold to buy one of these things. Plus, I could spend some nitra on this, but because I'm not sure how the nitra achievement works, I think I want to save my nitra and just not spend it. Let's just keep it as long as we can. So I could raise my pickup radius, XP gain. I do like XP gain. Though pickup radius actually does help you get XP, and that's a pretty big boost. I'm going to go pickup radius, actually. Okay, so I took a bunch of damage. So, one of the first things I do while things are still calm is I'll usually go and get some health. This is red sugar, the glowing red. You know, honestly, like, I'm betting that this team, if they were not making specifically a Deep Rock Galactic game, they probably would not have made both nitra and red sugar. You know, nitra being the weapon upgrading resource and red sugar being the healing resource. I'm betting they probably wouldn't have made them both red. Because that is actually a little bit difficult to read when you're brand new to the game. They do a good job of making the deposits look really different from each other, so it's not that hard to tell. But when I first saw it, I was like, wait, are these the same thing? Are these not the same thing? Oh, crap. Okay, we got some, like, tough flying enemies here. Plus a swarm. Oh, gosh, more flying enemies. So, the little flying enemies, from the previous area... they don't path towards you. But these elite flying enemies, well, they're not elite. I think elite is the name for their bosses. But these tougher flying enemies do path towards you. But you have to really stay on the run when they're coming after you. Okay, so let's make sure that this actually drops on some enemies. Haha! I will grab the sandwich. And an upgrade to my turrets. Ooh, so now once you upgrade your turrets enough, you get to choose a way to overclock them and just make them crazy. So this one lets them mine walls. This one lets them follow me around. I'm going to make them follow me around. So all the new ones I spawned follow me. One thing I haven't brought up yet is in the upper right-hand corner, you can see there's sort of a side quest. There's like an extra thing that I can do for some bonus gold. So right now it's mining morkite. Morkite is the light blue mineral that you see embedded in the rocks. It takes a long time to mine, so it's always really inconvenient. But if I get enough of it, then I can get gold. So it's slightly different from mining gold, because of course you can always just mine gold directly, right? But like mining gold, it takes less time, but also gives you less. I think that the morkite, I'm pretty sure that the morkite actually gives you more gold overall than mining an equivalent amount of gold. Crap. Okay. I really want to get as much nitra as I possibly can, but with these flying dudes on my tail, I don't think I can do it. So, the yellow spidery guys, they're kind of like bloaters in State of Decay 2, in that you can shoot them to set them off, but you can also just get close to them, and they will automatically start exploding. And as soon as that happens, you just get away from them, and then they blow up and they damage other guys around them. Actually, unlike bloaters, they'll damage other guys around them. Like toxic bloaters from the Curveball update. They'll damage the other guys around them. Okay, so I've got 3 weapons to choose from today. The Warthog, this one fires forward, which can be problematic because you spend so much of your time running away from enemies. Actually firing forward at an enemy, I mean, it lets me intentionally aim it, which is unusual. Most of these weapons you can't really intentionally aim very well. But you're usually not running towards enemies, and so it's kind of difficult to find the right time to make it useful. This one, I can't aim it very effectively. It just targets the closest enemy, but it targets them with explosions, which means if you know, I'm being chased by a crowd, it'll hit multiple enemies. So, and this one is just automatic drones that run around setting enemies near you on fire. I think I'm actually going to go with the Warthog just so you can sort of like see the difference here. Okay, so that was me getting enough morkite. I'm going to try to mine this and set off some explosions. Oh crap, we got a big guy, big guy, big guy. Okay. So you'll notice that some of that nitro was mined by the time I got to it. That's because the big green enemies, they won't path directly through an obstacle, but if you get them next to an obstacle, they'll grind it down. And so if a big crowd of them, with their flocking AI separating them out, is chasing you, they'll turn the tiny little tunnels that you make into big swaths. And you can actually use them to mine things effectively if you want to. So yeah, so Red of course says, I love XP gain too, but it kind of feels like you don't level up enough over the course of a game for the buff to really benefit you that much, if at all. Yeah, so the low XP gain, like the low percentage XP gain buffs, I usually don't bother going for them because, yeah, it doesn't feel like it's going to matter that much, unless you get it right at the very beginning of the game. Towards the end, I don't bother with XP at all. By the way, I should note that like each weapon, so there's 3 ways that a weapon or a damage type or a weapon class can be upgraded. One is fire rate, one is damage, and one is reload speed. So fire rate, of course, is how fast it fires while it's firing. Damage is how much each hit does in damage. And then reload speed is you know, there's little bars at the bottom of the screen. You can watch it while I'm playing.
Oh, yeah.
At the bottom of the screen, you can see that each weapon has got a bar. And each weapon will fire for a certain amount of time, and then it'll go to reload mode, and the bar will have to recharge before it can fire again. And so it's sort of like there's 3 different ways that you can make your weapons better.
Epic upgrade. That's a no-brainer.
And I'm not sure that they all apply to every weapon. Like, for instance, the grenade launcher. I don't think fire rate really applies to the grenade launcher, because it just fires once and then has to go into reload again. But yeah, I really do like putting the little tank treads on my turrets, because they'll, you know, they're not always able to stay with me, but when they do, it's like I've got a little army following me around of little dudes, and I love it. Ah, let me out of here. Right, so I do have an achievement that's highlighted in a different map, which is, oh, there it went. Okay, I can't get to the bad guy. Dang. All right. Dang it, I wanted to get to that bad guy, pick up all that experience, but I can't. Anyway, so I've got an achievement in a different level, which is to level up this weapon all the way to 18. I haven't gotten it yet. But I'm assuming that I have to actually be in that level in order to do it. I'm assuming that if I get the LMG platform to 18 in this level, that's not going to count. I have to actually do it in the level that has the achievement.
Taking you closer to your target.
So, Ryoki Shine, I have actually played the original Deep Rock Galactic. I used to play it with my sister all the time. So yeah, I think it's out of my rotation now, but it is still a very good game. Okay, so I'm going to spend gold.
This is a rare treat.
I'm not going to spend Nitra. I'm going to hold on to the Nitra just in case I need to hold on to it for that achievement.
Fulfill your objectives. Let's get out of here.
Okay, so this time my side quest is to pick up shrooms. So we'll go after shrooms.
Oh, damn it, there's a pebble in my boot.
And can I actually... Oh, I didn't know that I could actually mine through these thorns. Okay, yeah. Defend me! Defend me, minions! I'm getting close to having enough Nitra. Oh, wait, I think I just crossed the line. Yes! I just got credit for collecting 100 Nitra. Nice, so now I can spend it. In fact, thing is, I might have needed... When it says collect 100 Nitra, like each time you get any Nitra, you have collected it. But also, maybe it means collect a stockpile of 100 Nitra. Have 100 Nitra in your stockpile. And I'm genuinely not sure which one I needed to do. So let's... Damage across the board for all of my kinetic damage. That's all of my sort of normal weapons. You can also have weapons that do like status effect damage, which is separate from kinetic damage.
The supply pod LZ is blocked.
Oh.
Please clear it out.
We got a new beacon, and it's south of me. Awesome. Okay, well, let's loop around. Let's lead the horde up here. And then we'll head down and see if we can get in behind them. Oh, wait. Okay, a bunch of them just found a route to get to me by backtracking. That seems bad. All right, let's get through. Okay, how much? Oh, we got to do a lot of work to clear this one out. But we've also got a bunch of green guys coming after me. So let's just lead them straight through here and maybe set off a yellow guy. Maybe I can get them to do it themselves. Okay, yeah, I can, except that I had to run away. So
Feels like a brand new gun now.
I'm going to drop a bunch of these here. And then, oh, let's set off...
Bring it, Becker!
Oh, what? Did I just... Apparently...
Wee, not too
Ooh,
shabby.
legendary XP get. Okay, if it's legendary, I'm going to grab it.
Legendary upgrade. How can I not?
Apparently, I just hit a magnet I didn't know about.
Big swarm is approaching.
Oh, no, big swarm.
I'm
Okay.
raring to try this out.
Oh, this grows back. Interesting. Oh, okay, but it doesn't matter. Okay, let's... Wait, let's get a bigger group. Okay. Drop it. Yeah. Increase my damage by the gold I have. I haven't been stockpiling gold, so that's not going to help me. Ooh, this is nice, though. Knocking back and slowing nearby enemies
Give me that.
whenever I take damage is good. Okay, so we've got 3 here that I've never leveled up all the way before. We've got the flamethrower, the firefly. So 2 ways to set enemies on fire. But then there's this one, which is a shock fence. I'm going to grab this one.
Get through this.
So basically, I just start dropping these pylons that get connected. Ow. They get connected by electrical arcs. And they just damage enemies over time as long as they're intersecting them. Okay. I pretty much always go for mining speed whenever I have the opportunity. Because, like, so frequently, the problem that I have to solve is the enemies are converging on me. The way to get away from them is through an obstacle, but they're a little too close. Okay, so I can have turrets explode when they're removed. I think this is probably a good one because the enemies overrun them so often.
Overclock, my favorite type of clock.
Oh, increasing all electrical damage. I have... Wait, do I have one weapon or two that do electrical damage. I think my little submachine gun is doing electrical damage too. Yes, reload speed on that. Okay, so actually, I didn't even notice that the elite has come in. And I've already got half of its health down. Gonna keep leveling this guy up. If I get it to 18 and I don't get that achievement, then we have definitely proven that that's how it works. Epic damage. All right. Oh, he's gonna die, but how far away am I? Oh, crap.
Get moving. It won't hang around.
How badly do I want to test that achievement? Not badly enough. We'll go with reload speed on the pylons. Okay. So the entire horde is between me and my destination. Okay, here we go. I was about to say, like, sometimes that'll happen. It's like you'll do an amazing job fighting a boss, and then the escape pod will be directly across the horde from you, and there will be literally no way to get there alive.
Stage 3
Ooh,
done and
legendary reload speed.
we'll have a good meal ready for you when you return.
Okay, so Raneth Cord confirms that, yeah, that if a particular achievement shows up on a particular level, you have to get it in that level. You can't just get it anywhere you want. So let's go with reload speed for everything. Fire rate for that. Level that guy up. Oh wait, I actually meant to. Oh wait, no, I couldn't afford it anyway. Never
Your
mind.
objectives. Get it done, miner.
Okay, so now I'm picking flowers for my side objective.
I'm having the best time in my life right now.
And usually, like, when I go to a new level, one of the first things I do is heal. Because oftentimes, like, the very last segment of the previous level put me in the worst shape I've been in, you know, that entire time. But then I move into the beginning of the next level where there's almost no enemies out, and the enemies that are out are weak. And so at that point, I'm actually in a great position to run around and just find healing as fast as I can. And I get the sense they might deliberately place healing near the start point of your... oh, gosh, there's a guy coming after me. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I have that thing that knocks enemies back. Because... Oh, wait. Did it get... Oh, it got the guy. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I can keep mining this nitra. Oh, gosh, I let him in.
Detected. Lock up and get ready.
Okay, yeah, let's get out of here. Okay, big horde coming. They're all getting in. Max HP, why not? I mean, max HP. Okay, everybody walk into my turrets. Everybody get the turrets. Okay, I'm just gonna go right through here. Hee hee hee. Oh, whoops. Got hit. So that little defensive burst that I got from that artifact is pretty cool. It doesn't happen every time, though. It actually it has a cooldown between uses. So if I just keep getting hit and hit and hit and hit and hit, it's not going to be very helpful. Okay, let's grab... I'm really low on gold, so let's grab some gold. Okay. Unfortunately, because of the angles, sometimes I can't tell how close an enemy is to me if that enemy and I are both behind a wall together. Because I can cut it pretty close to an enemy if I can see us both. But if I can't see us both very clearly, that gets a lot harder. By the way, one thing I didn't really point out was the bar across the top of the screen. That's what determines... That's what determines the progression of events in the game. So I believe that just over time, it will fill up. I think that killing enemies might accelerate it. I'm not sure if that's true. I could be wrong about that. But in any case, there are events that'll happen. You'll see like 3 skulls that represents a horde, which means sudden rush of spawning that goes way beyond what normally happens passively. And it comes in from all sides. Getting away from it is pretty tough. And you've seen me do that. There's a supply drop, which happens at some point during the level. And then there's the boss. The boss is at the end of the line. And so you can sort of track your progress and keep track of, like how close am I to the end of this? How much time do I have? When is the boss going to appear? So you can see right now it just hit the supply pod. And you can see on the mini-map in the upper left-hand corner, I can kind of tell where the supply pod is. Oh, gosh. Okay, that is the most trapped in rock this thing can possibly be.
A Christmas tree. We got a swarm incoming.
However, I do have a bunch of green dudes. So the green dudes will probably help me chew through this a little bit. I might not be getting this thing, though. Oh, gosh. This is so bad. This is so bad. I'm getting out of here. Trying to set off a yellow guy without actually being too close. Nope, that didn't work. I was too close. All right. This is not great. Wow. They're everywhere. So yeah, this is why this is level 4 in the progression here. It's because it's suddenly much harder than all the previous levels that you saw. Oh gosh. Okay, let's try to get through here. All right. Yeah, my health is not great. I need to try to find some unclaimed health out here someplace. Let's increase my move speed. I mean, there's a bunch of resources that I can grab left over from big scads of enemies just mining through stuff. Okay, nope. Okay, well, the supply drop is now a thing. Okay, let's time it perfectly here. Oh, good. Mining speed buff. Yes! Give me all of your stuff. Okay. Increasing critical chance for nitro. I do have that. Small chance of gold. Damage raised by gold. Oh, I don't. None of these are great. Let's just grab that one. Oh, we beat the enemy. But can I get to the... I don't know if I can get to the pod. Okay. 20 seconds. Okay. Dodge the projectiles. Dodge them. Dodge like the wind. Oh my gosh. Okay. That I think is level 18, but this will be better. Okay. And, oh, I didn't get all the flowers. Too late. Too late. I should have been watching for flowers.
Next up is the final stage.
Okay. So the final stage is coming next. I got to level up as much as I can here. So I can max this one out.
You don't see these every day.
So I can raise its fire rate and reduce its accuracy. I mean, there's going to be so many enemies. Accuracy probably doesn't matter. 3 extra charges, though. I think that means I can just drop so many of them. Let's do this one.
Now we're cooking with gas.
And then let's raise my luck for future upgrades.
I rarely go for
And
this
then, yeah, let's make my shotgun more powerful, that more powerful, that more powerful. And then let's re-roll again,
What else?
because I have some gold for re-rolling. Yeah,
Now it's my
that one's
favorite
better.
color.
And now we've used all of our stuff.
This is the big one, Miner.
Okay, so I think there's no point in me grabbing the traditional resources unless I was trying to finish up an achievement. However, there is definitely a value in me grabbing some red sugar. So you'll notice that the events on the timeline are different from before. Before it was swarms. Now
Feel much better now.
now it's cocoons or eggs, I guess. So basically, all of the traditional bosses, I think possibly like slightly weaker versions of them, are here in the level, and they will hatch out of these eggs at certain points in the level. I can also make them happen. I can make them come out faster by attacking the eggs and cracking the eggs myself. I'm not sure if having them come out faster makes them weaker in any way, or if it just means that the level can go faster. Just, you know, like maybe I want to fight them before I've completely blasted through the level and destroyed everything and destroyed all of my fun escape routes and stuff like that. It's like right there. We just let one out. Because over time the level does kind of degrade a little bit. Like, you know, early on when you've got like stuff to tunnel through that the enemy has trouble getting through, that's an advantage that you have. But as you tunnel away all of those little advantageous locations, it just becomes like a traditional survivor's like. And you just got a big open space full of enemies. For this boss, that's actually good, because this boss requires some dodging.
Wee, not too shabby.
Okay, so it looks like we're about taking down the Mactera. There he is.
Don't die on it.
Grab his experience. And then, I mean, I can't resist this stuff, right? But maybe this is a bad plan. Let's stop. Okay.
We have a supply pod prepped for you. We need the LZ clear.
It'll do.
Okay, so right here, I don't actually need healing, but I'm revealing that healing so that I can grab it later when I need it. Okay, this is where I started. This is next to the massive one. Sorry, everybody. All right, I want to get to the supply pod. Again, I don't think I need the gold. I don't think that, and I don't know if like the gold, I don't know, raises the currency that I get at the end or anything like that. I don't know if there's some value to collecting gold at this stage. Okay, so now we can drop this on the Mactera. Come on, hit it, hit it, hit it. Yes. Now, saving that for the big boss is also a strategy that I did not use. But there you go. Let's see here. So yeah, Ranithcord says that actually the reason he likes to spawn the bosses early is because it gives him sort of some breathing room before the boss to like go around, try to mine stuff, try to thin out the other enemies, all the stuff that you can do to sort of raise your chances. If you're not dealing with the other bosses at the same time, that is true. That yeah, actually, like if you don't try to spawn these bosses, you could end up having to deal with them at the same time as the main boss. And that's going to make the main boss harder. Because the main boss is enough to worry about on their own. Like, just having a horde of regular enemies out while the main boss is fighting you, that's bad enough. Last thing you want is to have also some elites with their own weird rules and behaviors. Okay, so one thing that is nice about the shotgun is it knocks enemies back. So if you do stop and, like, face enemies, which is harder if they're shooting acid at you, you can not only damage them and, like, destroy them, but you can also slow them down. You notice that these guys, they keep getting knocked back by me. And so they're not quite catching up to me as quickly as they would.
Now it's my favorite color.
An explosion when the weapon reloads. Or just faster. Let's do explosions. I love explosions. Okay, so, however, I can't do that forever. Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, the elite's about to come out. He's coming out. Okay, so, what you got to do with this guy is watch him and then dodge. Okay, so basically, he follows directly behind you. And he can chew right through terrain. If you see him pause, you have to dodge to one side. Like that. And if you dodge to one side, he won't hit you. But if he does hit you, he will maul you. So you have to be very, very careful. And the thing that's scariest is, when you're caught mining. Like, you have to mine through something to either to get away from him or to get away from the other enemies.
Give it to me.
But then he chooses that moment to jump at you. Oh, gosh. That's always the worst. So there, I was about to go through that other route, but I abruptly changed as soon as I saw that he was charging at me, because starting to mine my way into something at the moment that I was trying to dodge him was only going to be a disaster for me. Like here, this is scary. Okay, yes, I got through it just in time to dodge the guy, but let's make sure that I'm actually leaving. Oh crap, this is terrible. Nope, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. Okay, no. Oh, just barely got to dodge in time. Yeah, backing yourself into a corner like that where it's like your only choice is to mine right as he's attacking.
Don't get this wrapped up soon. It's all over, man.
Yeah, so now all the other aliens are getting stronger too. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh no, I do not want to be here. I do not want to be here. This is just lots of enemies. Okay, come on. You're almost dead. Come on, little turrets. Do your jobs. Ooh, extra damage from my little submachine gun guy. Yes! Death. But now I still have to get out. Oh, but it's not that far. Okay. Come on. Can I carve through this little group of guys? Can I make a hole? I gotta make a... Okay, I'm gonna have to make a hole with my body. Nobody hit me. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yes. Yes.
Another one for the books. Dreadnought eliminated. We're pulling you home.
I leveled up at the last second. Woo! All right. We did it. So, I've unlocked a new weapon called the Breach Cutter. I've never seen that one. And here's a little breakdown of what I did. I leveled the engineer up to 15, which I think completed an achievement, got me some kind of prize. I also collected 100 nitra and completed the dive. So that I've gotten 2 of the rewards that I can get for this level. There's a third one, which is leveling up a weapon that I actually don't think I've unlocked yet. So I don't think I can get that one yet. We got some celebrations in the chat. I appreciate it. Ranithcord says GG, and Dr. Manhattan is launching crazy rainbow dancing emojis. So that's cool. But yeah, it shows like, look, so I got some Krappa, some Bismor, some, the thing you can't see is I got 34 Umanite. I've got no idea why suddenly, why there was just so much Umanite in the level, but apparently there was a lot of Umanite. Anyway. So after you do that, you come in here and you buy upgrades. So Umanite, for instance, is used for critical damage and critical chance. So my critical chance is pretty low. I haven't upgraded it a whole lot. So everything here costs both currency and these rare resources. So the currency determines how many of these upgrades you can do, basically. The rare resources determine which upgrades are available to you. So you can actually go out and target the ones that you care about if you want to. And you can also sell the rare resources for more currency. The thing I don't actually know is what determines how much currency you get. Like, I don't know if it's like the gold and the nitra that you mine, or if it's being awarded just on a flat basis for how far you get in the game, or like, I really don't know what causes the currency to come out. Just a certain amount shows up every time I complete one of these, so there you go. Well, I've got so much Umanite, I guess I'll increase my critical damage and my critical chance. And then I've only got a little bit of currency left. So life regen. I'm not sure when life regen gets applied. I never feel like my life is just regenerating in the background all the time. And so maybe it's just on level up or something like that. I'm not sure. But in theory, life regen seems like a thing I should like. So I'm going to grab that. Motorsport has given me a well played. Thank you. So I'm not hugely into critical chance just because it's like, I mean, I guess if you're doing this much damage, eventually it just becomes like a flat damage boost. But since this is all about critical, I'm kind of inclined to sell a bunch of it because I collected just such an absurd amount of it. I'm going to sell a bunch of this Umanite. And then that gives me a bunch of currency that I can then spend on things I care about more. Like, pick up radius, always. Luck. So luck, it's called Me Lucky Charms. Of course it is, because everyone's got a... Well, actually, I think they got Scottish accents. Actually, that's weird. No, I don't think we got Irish dwarves here, do we? Anyway, whatever. Luck means that the rarity of your upgrades goes up. And then move speed is actually... Not normally in most games, move speed isn't the first thing I go for, but in this one, when you're trying to stay ahead of that horde, move speed and mind speed are incredibly important, and I cannot stress enough. Like you can see, my mind speed I think is upgraded past everything else. Maybe damage and mind speed are the two things that I've been leveling up the most, because I mean I just can't think of anything I want more than to be able to mine through stuff much faster. So Ranithcord confirms that he thinks that life regen is on level up. I feel like there's been other like indicators in the game that told me that was what was going on. So I think that's probably how it works. But anyway, that is Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. So this is my second video that I've made of me playing this game. And I'm probably not going to do a ton more just because, I mean, you kind of get the point from seeing that, right? But I don't know. I just really wanted to share it again because this game, I thought it was cool when it was a demo. It is even cooler as like a full-fledged game. And so if this is the kind of thing you're into, I mean, I've really integrated into my life in terms of like, you know, this is what I do while I'm watching television and stuff like that. If that's the kind of thing that you're into, definitely check this game out. But with that, I guess I'm going to wrap up this video. So there is a subscribe button and links to other videos. I think I've played another couple of Survivors likes. Maybe I'll put those up there, or maybe other, I don't know, shoot 'em uppy type games. I don't know what I'll do. You can see for yourself.